The universe must want me to win. I'm happier than I've ever been, yeah. Feeling this could should be a sin, yeah. The universe must want me to win, yeah. The universe just gave me a leg. Sit down an angel so fine and so thick, yeah. Feeling this could should be a sin, yeah. The universe must want me to win. Send me an angel. I woke up smiling this morning, feeling so grateful. I'm dripping in 40 pointers, mama, I made it. I had a dream about this feeling and I claimed it. Yeah, I embraced it. I'm so blessed. And I probably don't deserve all this, and I know that. Yeah, I know that I'm a mess, but you see more than the surface. Girl, you more than beautiful, you perfect. Oh, oh. Heaven only knows, you're more than what I want, you're what I need. Gotta give it up, you're more than what I dream, yeah. The universe must want me to win. I'm happier than I've ever been, yeah.
You want to go first?
Feeling this could should be a sin.
You don't want to go first?
The universe
Why
must want
not?
me to win, yeah.
I don't
The
know.
universe just gave me a
Go ahead.
I gotta go first. How long you want me to go? Cause I want to match your energy. It's like I'm talking. Anywho, it's me, man. Good old D. I'm back in y'all face again. Why? Really not sure, but we gonna sit here in this journey and figure this out, man. This is a conversation that me and my good friend here have all the time that we want to bring to everybody else. So I think I'll give the name of this podcast after she introduces herself. But I'm good old D. Most people call me D for short, man. I'm happy that y'all here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. Crazy.
Nah, for real. I appreciate them.
Okay, well, introductions are awkward for me, so should I give full government? People call me Jay, but my name is Justina. I'm cool with whatever. And yeah, I love astrology, spirituality, Black culture. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be talking about.
That's what we're going to be talking about. That's the discussion. The name of this discussion is Eclipse Season. Some people call it a podcast, but we calling it a discussion because that's what we here to have. We here to talk that talk, and then we going to walk after that talk. You feel me? So that's why we here. Eclipse Season. And the reason why
That's
we
it.
recording right now is because guess what's coming up?
Eclipse season.
We got some eclipse on the way, man. But seriously though, this podcast is really a discussion about the stars, how they relate, and how you can like just relationships and your connection to the universe, your personal connection, and then how you can relate your connection to other people's connections, and how you can have some form of understanding of other people's connection to the
There it is.
universe, to the stars, to the cosmos. But other people call it God. But we ain't gonna get that deep on the first
Okay, I know what I'm
episode.
saying though. Damn.
My bad. What comes after the introduction? Well, make sure we trying to be professional. It's gonna go a little bit more smoother, y'all. You know, hey, we fishing the new pond, baby. We trying to figure it out like Nemo.
No, but like it's all of those things for real, and also what brought us to, I guess, feeling out astrology or realizing it as a methodology and a tool that we can utilize to understand ourselves and other people and the world around us is through pattern recognition. So the first question that I wanted to ask you was,
Okay.
at what point did you know you was divergent?
It came early. Well, first and foremost, because this is the discussion, so I'm not going to assume that somebody that's watching this even understands what a divergent is. So first, let's get into what's a divergent. You know what I mean? So
Good question.
my definition of a divergent is someone that thinks outside of the box and is not placed in any common, not common, but any type of boxed in type of thought for real. Not outside of your activity. You can really just use you're just not And what I'm trying to say, you're not boxed in with your thoughts. You're open minded, is what I was really trying to say. Good gas, good gas. But you're open minded. You're not like, you're not boxed in mentally.
Exactly. Because I was wondering, I was thinking about this today, if Divergent and Starseed, if that is one and the same, if there's an overlap or if there's variances to that. But I would say it's the same thing for a Starseed, or that's what you would call a Starseed, someone who goes against the grain, um, doesn't fit into whatever society tells us to fit into. And specifically for Starseed, maybe someone who feels like they don't always resonate with the energy that a lot of humans emit.
You humans, we gonna get on y'all ass too. Gonna be a whole lot of human bashing in this bitch.
No, but for real,
Humans is
yeah.
funny.
Nah, that's like the overlap, right?
Okay, yeah. So we got, in Starseed, Divergent, these are one and the same. I guess it just depends on where you at in your life for real, what you're gonna consider yourself, or what the discussion is about, because it's really one and the same. It's just kind of different aspects of the same story. But I realized that Starseed, a Divergent, real young. Like I probably was like 8 years old, but only really because I understood that independent thought. I realized, and I never tried to be different. People used to tell me that, like, you trying to be different. No, this is exactly what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Like, you might think I'm trying, but it's really just how I really, really think. So, and I've always been outspoken. Like, anybody that know me know, like, when you're around me, I might not talk a lot, but I'm going to tell you how I feel if I'm feeling something. I'm a very feely kind of nigga, you feel me? So I used to speak my mind, and then, like, motherfuckers be like, oh, he weird, or, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dang, why you think so I'm like, well, I must be outside of the box. So, because most people got the same thoughts, or at least they expressed it. So early on, I realized, I'm like, yeah. So I probably was like 8 years old for real. Like,
No, that resonates. I mean, I would say the same. That feels very identical to my experience as well. I feel like from a young age, I was very sensitive, very empathic, and everybody didn't understand why I was sensitive or empathic. Like, what you crying for? Like, why you feel however you feel? So yeah, that is probably a key indicator of Starseed / Divergent energy. Just from jump, we like something ain't right because it's not making sense. It's not making sense. And like me too, like I feel like how people treat one another, that was always a big indicator that I wasn't in alignment with
right.
a lot of other people, cuz I'm like, I don't know. From a young age, I just observed how people would talk to one another. I didn't understand bullying. I didn't
Yeah.
get I didn't get I
Same.
didn't get it. I was
Same.
like, so
I'm the bully's bully. Hey, put the camera on me, Nino, man. I'm sorry to cut you off. Hey, I'm the bully's bully. Y'all better ask about me, dog. That's why I really started fighting when I was young. I ain't even this show is gonna be crazy. But that's why I started fighting at a young age, because I did not like seeing motherfuckers get bullied, dog. I'm the bully's bully. I am so
Yeah.
sorry for cutting you off,
No,
but
you
I
good.
wanted y'all to know that I'm still out here. So if you still out here fucking with people, you better stay the fuck from where I'm at. Do you?
Carmen's a bitch too. So there's that.
Middle name.
Just saying.
But yeah, how people treat people, and you
Yeah.
didn't like seeing people. I'm so sorry for
No, you good. You good. That clearly had to come out. So it
did.
can't. But yeah, those that was probably the biggest indicator. And then also too, questioning authority, whatever the fuck that means. What is authority? But
Right.
always getting in trouble because I asked questions.
Right. Right.
Like, why am I getting in trouble because I have a question?
I don't know.
Like, and especially if it goes against what they're trying to program us with. So, and we've talked about this so many times too, like the fact that school is the first place where it's one of the first places where there's so much programming that happens. Like, why do I have to tell you? Why do I have to ask permission to go use a bathroom?
It's crazy.
That's crazy work.
It's crazy.
Like, So that already had me stumped. I'm like, what? I gotta go pee. What you mean?
And you only can go one time. Hey, that's it. You better use that bitch wisely. Cause you're not getting out of here again. I'm
For
letting you know
real.
that's what the teacher thinking.
Yeah, for real.
Like you're stuck.
And I had teachers that had it was like increments. Like you could only go in the first 15 or in the last 15. So I'm supposed to time my piss.
Oh man, that's crazy, right there.
Like what?
Yeah, nah, that's a different level of. Cause what?
Yeah.
Nah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's
So
tough.
that's also another sign for sure. Like not ascribing to those rules or systems or not understanding it and then questioning it. Yeah.
You know, it's fuck the police over here. I ain't even gotta say it. Fuck you.
They know that
If
already.
that's authority, if
And that's what
anybody
I'm
who
saying,
want to
authority.
run domain on anybody else, fuck you. Fuck you. And that's all I got for you. It's gonna be real violent on this show. I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize to all to the people who aren't violent. I'm really a nice guy. I really am. They will vouch for me. But
Sometimes.
yeah, but in the meantime, in between time, I'm a little upset as y'all can see. I'm a little angry. So I'm gonna let off a little steam. Can I do that? Can I vent to y'all, please? I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this conversation is making me think about how like every person that I feel like that I've met, I should say, that is divergent, they feel similarly. Just those cues that something's off. Like it's not making sense. Something's off. The way that we're living our life doesn't make sense. I didn't understand being in school for so long and not even being able to, I think, explore creative gifts. And I think that's why I love kids so much because when they come through, like their expression of themselves is so raw before the world tries to like taint it or make them feel like, something's wrong. And my sister was telling me this recently that I used to have imaginary friends. And I feel like and I feel like that's something that's like very it's common with kids, and adults like will write it off. We'll be like, oh yeah, like they just have such a great imagination. Whole time the child is psychic. Whole time they having like multidimensional conversations and stuff. And I feel like children are very good at reading energy. So yeah.
Yeah. What your imaginary friend's name was?
I don't remember. That's why I was blown. I was like, what you mean? But it makes sense. Like,
Nah, that's dope.
yeah.
I ain't growing up, so shit, I still got imaginary friends.
You be talking to me?
Sometimes them niggas be busy these days. They got family and shit. We all grown and shit. We been kicking it for a long time. We been kicking it for a long time though, but they grown, they got kids. So,
Yeah.
tell my nigga, shout out to my imaginary friends.
Cannot.
Yeah.
No, but I mean also too, pattern recognition, right? I think that's a big piece of being divergent. So what were some patterns that you started to notice from a young age, and how did this lead into you paying attention to astrology?
You talked about it earlier. School. I realized we were doing the same shit over and over. At first, I just thought I was smarter than everybody, but in actuality, I just picked up on the pattern quicker. Man, it's the same routine. It might sprinkle a little new information in there, but you running the same play over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna tell all you secret government agent people, y'all should switch up the holidays and shit. And you give me the same Christmas, so I'm gonna pick up on it. That shit was weird. I didn't understand. And like you said, being in school all day when we doing the same thing over and over, I'm like, bro, everybody in here know it's 4. 2 + 2 is 4. We did it. Why is we doing this shit again? Like, what's going on? Like, So yeah, I just that was definitely the first. So I'm like, man, this shit ain't adding up for me. Like, what's going on? Why we doing this again? Cause school, I like learning. So
Right.
the first couple years was exciting, but then I don't know that I got lost.
The collective amnesia.
Yeah.
It's like why it does feel like that. Like we on a loop. Like the same damn thing. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all should spice it up. Put some tigers in the class. And that's another thing. Let niggas go
Tigers?
outside. This is where
Yeah.
y'all lose the plot.
Ooh.
You got a motherfucker sitting
Ooh.
in the building all day. They think about something else. They not even. You know what the teachers sound like after you done been in school for 2 hours? You not hearing none of that shit. Like you really done blinked out.
Yeah.
Stop giving y'all ideas. When did you first start picking up on like worldly patterns?
When I started reading history and realizing that white people were the source of all the pain in the world.
Colonization opened up her mind.
For real though, I'm like, they keep getting away with this shit. What the fuck is going on? And then they teaching it to us. I'm like, bro, what is happening? And we're supposed to be okay with this?
Nah, facts.
It's weird. At what point does it stop? I'm just saying.
Nah, I'm laughing, but this is some real. Nah, for real. Definitely realizing that something ain't right. Cause what in the fuck? Y'all not even that tough for real. You Europeans. But I'm not gonna get off because man, but yeah.
Relax.
Yeah, cause you know me, man. That's my favorite topic right there.
No, but for real, that was a big pattern. And then the propaganda around that, like being in world history and stuff, and America, and like, yeah, pretty much the OG colonizers, the UK, Spain, Germany, wherever, like being painted as the good guys. Like it gave Avengers. And I'm like, y'all are killing people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm seeing through the words and how y'all having this structure. This shit ain't okay. Like, this is not, it wasn't adding up. And then I told you that story where I asked my 5th grade teacher, because she was trying to talk to us about Thanksgiving and how it was this happy occasion. But I grew up in a household in which, you know, they freedom fighters and true speakers, so they told me off rip like the way that a lot of this stuff has been structured. So I like when my teacher was going on and on about like Thanksgiving being a happy holiday, I raised my hand. I had questions. I was like, I don't know, like that's not what I heard. Like, is this really the source of Thanksgiving? And then the history book that we were reading, they had like one paragraph about the Trail of Tears and stuff. So I'm like, you talking about this is a happy occasion, and then the next page, folks is getting trampled. So I asked her, I'm like, is this really Thanksgiving? And then I was like, y'all said white settlers, but like, where is everybody else who was here? Where are they going? She's like, yeah, like they were making space. Like, you know, folks who are here were making space for white settlers. And I was like, Cap, like that's not what I heard.
Making space?
Yeah, like, and how they making that space? And that's what I wanted to know. And that's what I asked her. And I got in trouble. She was like, I was disturbing the class because I had questions. And I'm like,
that's foul. But that's American.
It is. And that was also another key indicator that, and because everybody in the class, you know, everybody was intrigued, but nobody else is saying anything. And I'm like, no, I need to know. We're over here celebrating this. We're celebrating genocide. Is that what we doing? Because if that's what it is, and call it how it is. So anyway, I got in trouble. I got a call home, all this stuff about how I was disrupting class. And that was another indicator for me that I got to watch myself. I can't just ask questions, because apparently that's a problem. And that's how they program you. Yeah.
That's how they try to program you.
True.
Ain't got to fall for the trick.
Yeah.
At all.
No, that was definitely another big pattern for me. Genocide, colonization, and white people. I'm like, mm-mm. And then also numbers. Yeah, like noticing numbers and like being intrigued with numbers.
Mm.
And then I think how it led to astrology for me, and would love to hear your journey as well, is because I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. So I got into like studies and uh I guess fields that I could learn more about other people as well as myself. And so I was really into psychology and then really into personality typing. And then that's kind of how I came into astrology as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just trying to make sense of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just what I want. It's a thing in the black community, you know, especially amongst women. They are kind of into it.
That's true.
You kind of just pick up on it. If you're a person like me, I soak up any information when that's just how I am. So you just pick up on it, and then like I recognize patterns. So like
Mm-hmm.
I'm a journeyman by nature, so I meet a lot of people, and then I might run into two Sagittarius. I'm like, Dad, that's crazy that they kind of. And this Sagittarius from Arizona, this Sagittarius from Florida, but
Mm-hmm.
kind of got similar traits to them. Like that's kind of interesting, and it became more of a thing in my experience. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so I kind of like just I ain't do too much research, but I'm more of
Mm-hmm.
a field kind of study, you know what I'm saying? Which makes this show so perfect
Mm-hmm.
because you got the technical side and I kind of can relate to the experience of it. So
Absolutely.
like,
Yeah.
so I just took notes, you know what I'm saying? I read on it too a little bit if it come across my table, but not so much. You the OG on it. You done dug deep and you can write a whole dissertation about it.
I
Not
mean,
me.
no, I think we're both experts because I was thinking about this recently too. Like I'm the nerdy introvert and you're the empathic explorer,
Okay.
if that makes sense. So it's
Okay.
like you said, field research. Like I mean, some of my understanding or a lot of my understanding of astrology is through my experiences and pattern recognition as well. But like I feel like you ground it, you know what I mean, with emotion and like situational experiences when you share them. So it works.
It worked.
Yeah.
I'm with
Yeah.
what we got. Do we need another shot of tequila? You good?
I could do another shot low key.
Hey, Big Slime, you can pour us up a shot, man. I don't mean to put you to work.
While he puts you to work.
Hey, that's my bodyguard, Big Slime. Y'all might see him on camera bring us the shots. What we got? What we talking about next? You okay?
Yeah,
You
I'm
all
good.
right? All right. Don't get too deep. Nah, don't.
Stop. You. Thought you was gonna start talking about white boy Clint.
Nah, 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 nah. I'm not. We gonna save that for like episode 100. Cause when I bring them stories out, it's over.
No, no, you're right. I think what's next? Okay, we said because we skip the awareness of the matrix and kind of go into the quick read on each sign.
Oh yeah, bet.
Yeah. So, um,
But
we'll
we touched on the Matrix thing a little bit.
a little bit.
You wanna because we talked about being divergent. Oh, and then let me say right quick. I don't know what camera we looking at, but I know we still recording. Let me say right quick. I'm not trying to say I'm special or chosen or over
Ooh.
nobody just because
Ooh.
I'm
Speak on
using
it.
these certain
Speak on
nomenclatures
it.
as star seed and
Right. Right.
divergent. I'm just because it's never too late to be anything. What I'm trying to tell y'all
Thank you
is,
so much.
hey, that's the Big Slime, y'all. That's my bodyguard. You feel me? Don't play with me. Hey, he do it. Hey, he look nice bringing them drinks, but he ain't nothing to play with. But yeah, for real, like, cause I know people. I don't want to deter nobody from this conversation, man. This discussion is about growing. So
Really?
don't hear me talking about I was 8 years old and all and thinking I'm talking about like I'm some prophet. Or, nah, I'm just letting you
It's
know
not
my
that.
experience. Like
Exactly.
Literally, I am special, but I'm not no more special than you all. So let's we ain't gonna do that because I know a lot of people start hearing these talks and think niggas is trying to out genius them.
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to
that.
I'm just trying to open your heart.
Mhm.
That is it. That is all.
That was perfect. Love that disclaimer.
Hey, I gotta throw that out there, man, because I
Yeah.
niggas be wanting to, be in their feelings by shit when,
No, it's true. Everybody got their path.
yeah,
That's that on that.
that's that on that,
Yeah. Okay. The signs. We're gonna talk
Okay,
about
okay.
each element, and then we're gonna talk about Pisces. You can talk your shit,
I'm gonna pop my shit.
cause they be dragging y'all niggas on
They
Twitter.
do, and I'm about to drag their ass back because now I got a microphone. You funky. I'm trying not to
They be
cuss because I
talking about
know
y'all for real.
I know our
I don't
parents
see
gonna
no
watch
other
this
sign
show.
get it like y'all for real. Especially
Especially men.
Pisces men.
Pisces men
Woo!
going, hey. But hey, I'm here, fellas.
Yeah, they be talking about.
Your savior is here, man. Put the cape on me, baby.
Anyway, after that, we'll talk about eclipse season
Okay.
and the lunar eclipse that's happening next week.
Bet.
Close it out, I think.
So we cool on the Matrix, or you on? Because I mean, we kind of and like we got time, but we can get what time is it? How long we been filming?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, nah, we can get into it then. What's the what we?
What's the prompt
Yeah,
for the Matrix?
yes, ma'am.
Um, I don't. It's not really a prompt actually. It was just how do you navigate the Matrix?
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what.
Yeah, in which I had noticing patterns, which we kind of already talked about. But I mean, I think it is. We could talk about it because like it'll lead into why we even talking about this stuff right now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
What's the Matrix to you? What does that mean?
that's a good question. It's however you can be placed in it. 'Cause I believe everybody might be facing a different matrix or a few matrices at one time. Because I don't think it's just one way of it, but
That's right.
it's just when your free will is limited and it's limited by a
Mm,
lot of different sources and resources. So like if
yeah.
I don't know no other way to put it, but without trying to sound all conspiracy, but there is a matrix. You do live in a system that you did not design. So if you, however you want to relate that to your existence, that's cool. But you can name it what you want. But I'm gonna stamp that as the matrix. You didn't create this society. You didn't decide to go to work, go to school. Really don't got no choice, you know what I'm saying? Because we see who your president is if you are over here in the great land of milk and honey. You know? Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't pick that. Even the people who picked it don't even want to pick it. Ain't that crazy? They over there crying. But anyway, but yeah,
Big tears.
that's the matrix for me. How you
Yeah.
like what would you
I
define
mean, I
it
would
as?
say the same thing. That resonates. I really. That's it. It's a lot going on that you you ain't got a hand in, and it's meant to suppress our power,
Yep.
suppress our memories of who we actually are, and the power that we hold, um, by taking away our time and our energy.
Man, talk about
Yeah,
it.
for real.
Time,
The Matrix.
energy.
The Matrix is a big siphoner, I guess, for lack of a better word. It just siphons your energy for real, and that's the point. Because if you have more time to be creative, to tap into the things that make you you, then you might buck against the system too. So they don't want that. Work your ass
They
out.
got it though. They got it though.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so now that we kind of went over what we, thinking what the Matrix could be or is or it's not, whatever, y'all. Because I know how y'all gonna do in these comments, but how do I navigate this shit? I don't know.
Mm.
Within, I really like if it ain't original to me or if it don't make me feel good, because that's another thing too. Like people ignore their vibrations, they ignore their gut feelings, they ignore their good intuition. So
That's
I ain't
right.
ever been like that. You know, I like a person to be like, man, something told me not to do. I'll be like, yeah. When I feel like that, I don't do it. Like if I
You
feel
honor
like
it.
yeah, like I literally be like, oh, I ain't going to that party or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like.
Mm.
And you can call it overly cautious, but you
Yeah.
know that's how I navigate the matrix. I listen to self and I investigate too. Like I'm not gonna let nobody tell me nothing without doing some type of research on,
Right. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and the pattern recognition. I can tell when the motherfucker trying to play with me.
Mhm. Mhm.
That comes from years of practice. Y'all want to come train with the sensei, with the great one.
Yeah. No, but these are good tools for real. Like
Fuck with me.
because, and I didn't even think about it this way until you just said that. But that's a function of the matrix to make us betray ourselves and not be in touch with our
Deep.
intuition. Yeah. So that is the way that you could really, for real, fight against that by listening to yourself first. Even if it doesn't make sense, like based off of what the matrix says makes sense, right? Like you work this job, even if maybe it's plummeting your health or whatever the case is, but you do this thing to like maintain some sense of stability, but then you lose yourself. And it's probably connected to the whole like a whole nother thing. Gonna leave that for another episode.
Ooh.
But like, selling your soul and
Oh yeah, we gotta leave that for another episode.
yeah. A whole nother
Not
thing.
on the introduction. Bad.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, that's a good tool for sure. Trusting your intuition. I would say prayer for me is a big tool.
Yeah.
Like you said, pattern recognition, noticing the signs, numbers, just things in general. Uh, and then like also the pattern recognition. I think about this a lot because maybe you hear a song and like someone mentions the song and then you hear that same song in a movie or a TV show in the span of a couple days. It's like I feel like that's a highlighted section. Like that's God highlighting something for you, like
Word.
to pay attention to. And you can use that as a sign based off of how you're feeling and what you're going through at the time. So yeah. Noticing that. And then numbers, because numbers is its own science, methodology, ancient tool.
That's a couple episodes.
Yeah. Angel numbers. And not see, and this is the other piece, because we really gonna get into these topics, not on no surface woo type stuff. Like, because I see people talk about angel numbers and these kinds of methodologies, and it's very, like, I get why people side eye it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Based off of how it's talked about. And it's like, no, there is real meaning behind everything and behind every number and how it shows up. And these aren't things that are just new age. It's like ancient. It's ancient knowledge, and it's an ancient form of communication that our ancestors utilized as well. So it's not, I think that's the other piece too. Like some people might perceive it as like, oh, this new age mumbo jumbo type stuff, but it's like, it's been around for centuries, since the beginning of time. So there's weight and merit to it outside of like the little memes, like it's 11:11, make a wish.
Right. But no, for real though, at the same time though, you actually could make a wig. It's like
You could.
it's discernment.
But it's more. That's all.
Yeah, it's intuitive. It's individual. So, my 11:11 might not be making a wish. It might be paying attention to what song is on the radio because it's sending me some type of somewhere in my life I need to focus. It's intuition. That's what intuition is. It's not it's not right in your face. You gotta do a little bit of searching, within though. It ain't really something you can see. It's something you gotta, you gotta feel. You gotta bring it from within. But
Definitely.
them numbers is tough. Oh, we about to take a shot.
Yeah.
Producer say it's shotty time.
Shot
Shotty
o'clock.
for your body. Need me to grab it.
I got it. I got long arms.
Oh, okay, well I'm glad I'm all the way up here. I don't want to get hit on. Cheers, man, to
Cheers.
Eclipse season. Oh yeah, man. Hey, shout out. Hey, put the camera on me, Nino, man. Hey man, we gonna take a shot for Unspoken for being a production company behind this beautiful masterpiece we putting together. So shout out to Unspoken, aka Nigel, aka the Nino man. If you need your show produced in the greatest way and the playerist way, get with Unspoken. I'm telling, look at this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. You already took your shot. Okay. Cheers. He'll get you right. Whoa.
Cool down.
Shit.
Keep that in.
I was just thinking, cut that out. Woo. Sorry if I hurt y'all on the headphones. Shit. It punched me in the chest.
Yeah.
But cheers, man. That was a shot to y'all, too. I should have put my glass towards y'all. But
Yes.
that was a shot to y'all, to all the viewers and listeners out there. We out here for y'all and y'all out here for us. It's vice versa. That's what it is. It's vice versa. So what we good on the Matrix?
I think so. There's so much more to talk about, but we're gonna get into it.
Okay.
I feel like as the episodes go along. The one thing I did want to say, because you told me this, and I started like thinking a lot about it, like the performances right now. We gotta call it performance, because that's what it is. These niggas meeting in rooms and all it's just pay attention. And I think that's the other piece that we was talking about, how the Matrix siphons your energy, and like that's part of it too, like politics and the way that a lot of that is structured. It is, everything is not what it seems. And this is a whole episode, because I don't know, I don't want to get off track. But that's why astrology, I feel like, is a good tool, again, to understand the underlying energies at play, because we are, again, in eclipse season. And in eclipse season, should be popping off. So, yeah, is the grand act of these performances.
Grand opening.
Yeah.
And we are here to guide you people through it. And y'all gonna help guide us, because we don't know everything. That's what I'm saying.
At all.
It's a
We just
discussion.
here. Yeah.
Trying to figure it out together.
Absolutely.
So we starting the party. We the party starters. That's all. Yeah, that's it. We not even charging admission either. Bring your funky ass on. Just hit that subscribe button and them like buttons and them comment buttons. That's all you gotta do. Other than that, I just want a little piece of your energy. See, I ain't like them other folk who lying to y'all and tricking y'all out y'all shit. I just want a little piece, because I'm giving y'all some of mine. You feel me? So it's a T-bit. That's it. Fuck with us. Eclipse season.
And there are a lot of, like, there's a big awakening for sure that's happening. There's so many people who are waking up to their gifts and really pushing themselves to share their wisdom and insight, even if it feels uncomfortable. Case in point. So I feel like that's a big indicator as well, that things are shifting within the Matrix, because there's so many people who is identifying the patterns and understanding that shit is off and that we're being played with, and we shouldn't be paying $13 for eggs. But whatever.
Hey, the egg drop was crazy. That was that. What you was thinking about? Breakfast. That's what you on. Sub milk. Took a shot of tequila.
I'm just saying. I'm just like, let's be so for real.
Nah, for real. That
like,
shit is
what?
crazy. That
Going to
shit
the
is crazy.
store, oh my god, it's crazy how much we're being played with for real. Like our money just being sucked out of every source. But yeah, more of that to come.
Word. So that's that on the Matrix for now, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get back to y'all on that. We got to run through this eclipse because it's called Eclipse Season and we ain't even talked
I
about the
know,
eclipse.
right? Okay,
So,
boom. So we have an eclipse coming up on March 14th, March 13th to March 14th. And it's an eclipse in Virgo. And so it's a lunar eclipse. We also have a solar eclipse coming up at the end of March. But we're gonna save that for another episode. For the lunar eclipse, whenever there's a lunar eclipse, it means that the moon is in perfect alignment with the sun and then the earth, and like in particular the earth shadow. If it's if it's lunar, that means it's a full moon. And if it's a solar eclipse, it's a new moon. So that's why typically with a solar eclipse, it's when the moon covers the sun and it goes dark because it's a new moon. So there's no light shining from the moon. And we're gonna put a little video to demonstrate what that actually looks like. And so with this lunar eclipse, whenever there's a full moon in a particular season, it's the opposite sign of the season that we're in. So because we're in Pisces season, it's a lunar eclipse in Virgo season because Virgo is Pisces sister sign. So it's the
okay.
opposite of Pisces. And I always say Pisces and Virgo energy is the perfect culmination of heaven and earth. So
Mm,
Virgo being earth sign, Pisces being water sign, but Pisces energy being connected to the astral, the spiritual realm, Virgo being connected to this physical plane and reality. So when both energies are, I guess, up for review, it puts this microscope over the importance of being grounded but being aware, being grounded, but being in tune. And so that's a big theme with this eclipse that's coming up. Virgo energy also rules your digestion, like your digestive health, your gut health, which is why it's also connected to intuition. So it makes sense, like your gut health. So that's also a big theme. Like people are really focused on their health right now. Just like working out, getting like making sure that what you're putting into your body is good and fruitful. That's a theme, and it's a collective theme too because I feel like I know some of this stuff is like what we see on our social media is organized based off of algorithms and whatnot, but it does feel like a big theme. Like I do hear a lot of people talking about getting healthy or getting your body, into a particular, just getting ready. And I feel like we're getting ready for a lot of different things because eclipse season is always chaotic no matter what the signs are. And it's chaotic because it's a huge shift in energy. And something that we'll be talking about more on the show is how eclipses and full moons, new moons, big astrological transits are utilized for rituals and siphoning of energy in politics and pop culture and different types of industries. And so, if you start to pay attention, like we talk about the pattern recognition, there are like big events that happen around these big transits, and it's not a coincidence because there's literal energy shifts that's happening, and uh, these folks are able to kind of utilize that to push forward specific agendas. And so politics is going to be huge. As we can see, there's a lot going on right now. I Something that feels important to say and that I've been sitting with for a minute is that eclipse season is going to bring definitely a shift in how we view government. It's already here, but that's going to transform even more throughout this time. And with it being a lunar eclipse, there's also a specific focus on emotions. So there's going to be a lot of like emotional aspects that's coming to the surface for people, maybe things that they hadn't thought about or talked about. And also, a big theme this year into the next year with Pisces and Virgo being in the North and South node is relationships. So the same way we were talking about relationships to Earth as well as relationship to the divine, relationships across the board uh, is going to be a highlight because we're moving into transformation. Like this is the year of the snake, I think, in Chinese astrology. And so a snake sheds its skin. This is also a 9 year. If you add up 2025, those numbers, it equals nine. Nine in numerology represents change and transformation. So those are the big things that are coming through. Everything is changing. The world is changing. Our lives are changing. Our bodies are changing. How we relate to each other is changing. And it's gonna be emotional as well. So yeah, I think those are the big pieces.
Hey, good deal. All I got to say. So, how should the people prepare for this? What should is there
Yeah.
anything they need to know about doing this? Should they pay attention to anything?
That's a good question. I would say pay attention to like what is transpiring around those dates because that's how you're able to kind of clock the patterns. So if there's a big plane crash or if there is a big shift in the government, there's a fight, and because that's what is given out here,
Right.
or there is a shift in like celebrity culture, or even if there is a major star who passes, just like pay attention to those kinds of things. And it's not necessary like I know this is kind of veering into conspiracy theory land, but conspiracies are kind of like noticing patterns, really,
Gotcha.
as well. So I would say like in for preparation, just paying attention, and then also just protection. Something that has been coming through is that there's a lot of attacks on the crown, especially for those of us who, are tapped in and trying to pay attention and be observant in our environments. I don't know. Did you? There was this TikTok that was going around about how majority of the braiding hairs have like cancer.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
seen that, right? Carcinogens or whatever the case. And that was a big thing. Like they're gonna attack your mind. They're gonna attack your crown. They're gonna try like everything to kind of keep you disconnected and ungrounded from what's transpiring. So doing things that's good for your crown, getting sun, massaging your scalp, staying hydrated, and then also staying in movement as well with your body. And that's good advice at any point in time, but definitely now. So you can fight back the propaganda.
Yeah, get y'all asses up and fight back. We gonna pop this shot, man, and get up out of here, man. It's been a great episode. We went over Unspoken Studios. I want to thank y'all.
Thank
Big Slime,
you.
thank you for the shots. This is our first of many, and I want to thank y'all for having us. Eclipse.